Hi, I'm going to teach you how to test all this electronic component using the multimeter. So let's get started, but please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell icon to be notified for any uploaded video like this one. And for anyone who wants to accelerate learning, you can join me in my Patreon page, the link in the description. Let's begin with this motherboard first. We have inductors everywhere in the motherboard. So for inductor or coil, you have to get a reading, as you can see, 0. This one also, as you can see. Okay, so all inductors you have to get 0 in the multimeter. So let's move on to other component. So here, for example, this component is a fuse. So do you see, guys? Here we have fuse. Always you will find this mark P. If I check this one, the same as inductor, we get, as you can see, 0 in the multimeter. For resistors, guys, this is basically a shunt resistor. 0 means you can find 0 in the multimeter. This is shunt resistors. So we have 10 capacitor, we have crystal, 3P MOSFET, 8P MOSFETs. We have also 10 capacitor. Basically, guys, the 10 capacitor, this one, near to the USB port, here you have to find 5 volts. If you have, for example, a problem with the USB port, go directly and check 5 volt here in this 10 capacitor. If you didn't find 5 volt, means the problem for USB is the voltage is missing. So guys, for this kind of IC, 5 pins or 5 terminal IC, this could be MOSFET. Sometimes we find MOSFET with 5 pins. Yes, you can find a 3P MOSFET or a 4P MOSFET like this one, or even a 5-pin MOSFET like this one. So how we can know? Using the reference technique. Here we have U, means this is IC, not MOSFET, because sometimes it could be the IC, it could be MOSFET. Once we have U, means this is an IC with ground, VCC, input and output. So guys, look to this component, please. Do you see we have this component 6 terminals, we have Q. This is not an IC, this is a MOSFET, even if we have 6 terminals. Okay, so how can we distinguish between ICs and MOSFET just by using references? For MOSFETs we have Q, and for ICs you will find U. So even if you find, for example, a component with just 3 terminals and you have U next to it, means it's IC, not MOSFET, not transistor. So please remember that references are very important. Please check the video in the description in order to master this technique. So guys, the references are very important. So this one, we have fuse. As I told you, we have always P like this. This is fuse. This one, this is diode, a 3-terminal diode. Here we have capacitors. So this one, of course, this is crystal. We have Y. You can find Y or X. Here, guys, for example, we have another IC. Do you see? We have just 8 terminals. We have U. Do you see? We have U here, means this is IC. But we have also another component with 8 terminals, exactly the same as this one. But this one we have Q, means this is MOSFET. DOS, for example, guys, do you see DOS component? How you can know if you are beginner what is this, the kind of this component? Of course, we have here LLL, means those are inductor. Okay, this is inductors. Do you see? Even for the connector we have CN connector. That's why I told you the references are very important. Okay, so let's pass very quickly, guys. Let's pass very quickly just for beginners in order to understand about component in the motherboards. We have IC. Once it is near to the battery connector, means this is the charge IC. Here we have MOSFETs. This is current sense resistor. Okay, we find it always near to the power jack and to the battery connector. Here we have MOSFET, here we have diode. Okay, this is diode. Here we have the cathode and anode, ceramic capacitor, ceramic capacitors, ICs for ceramic capacitors, as I told you before, you see connected to the ground, to the wide area. This wide area means ground, and this is a high path. So guys, for this kind of capacitors, you see big one, small one, big one, small one. If you have a failed one, you can't just ignore it. You can't just not connect it and the motherboard will work fine. But once you get another, the failed one, just connect it. But you can, if you have a failed one here or shorted one, you can just remove it and the motherboard will work fine, no problem, until you get another. The same for those. As you can see, we have C references. All those are ceramic capacitors connected to the same power rail. So tantalum capacitors, crystal, normal diode, black line, Zener diode, electrolytic capacitor, inductor or coil, BIOS, flat MOSFET, shunt resistor, normal resistor. Here we have normal resistors, diode, coils. Please do not confuse between ceramic capacitor and coils. Black means coils, network resistors, fuse, F, IC, ICU. Even if we have three terminals, we have U, means this is IC, not MOSFET. LEDs, we test it using the same working principle as the diode. Okay, let's see, for example, for these two resistors over here. Those basically about 2 ohms. So let's move on here to ohm. Should be about 2.2. Okay, 2.2 ohm. You see, about 6, 5. Just for the multimeter is not calibrated. Do you see this resistor? We have 103. Okay, so 3 means 3 zeros, means 10 kilo ohm. Okay, 10k. So let's check. We have to find 10k. As you can see, we have 10k, 9.8. So this is how to test resistors. We have a diode here. Here we have this white mark, means this is cathode, and over here we have anode. Okay, so let's move on to multimeter to continue with the option, or diode option, the same. So let's put the black probe in the cathode like this and the red probe in the anode. We get a reading about 200. Okay, so this is a good diode. Okay, let's move on here. We have here 2 diodes. This is the first diode, the second one. So the white mark means this is the cathode for this one, and also this is the cathode for this one. So let's check this one. Over here, the black probe in the cathode, okay, the red probe in the anode. Good, we get already good diode. This one also, here we have cathode. So already about 600, this is good diode. What about ICs? Many of you will wonder how to test IC. So basically to test IC, like this one for example, and this one, basically you have to get the data sheet for the IC, okay, the data sheet to test the IC. But we can use a technique to test or to know whether the IC is good or not. How? By testing the ceramic capacitors around the IC. If you find that many of these capacitors are shorted, like this, means the IC is bad. Could be about 90% could be the shorted component. Okay, because when the IC is shorted, you will find also the ceramic capacitors around it also will be shorted. So let's check, for example, this one. Let's begin with this ceramic capacitor. Good, we have a reading. This one, for example, good, 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 no short. So this IC is not shorted, is good. What about this component? This is basically transistors. These two are transistors, and always you're gonna find here we have the base, okay, collector, emitter. So for transistor, we have to get a reading. Let's check. 700. Good. This is good one. Okay. Let's check this one also. Also, this is good. Here we have another transistor. Let's check this transistor also. As I told you before, base, collector, emitter. Let's check between emitter and collector. We get a reading. Good means this is good. If I swap the probes, of course, let's check. Nothing, or we get a reading. Why? Because it is installed to the board. But if we remove this transistor to outside of the board, you're gonna find nothing when you swap the probes. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified, share and like the video. Remember, your likes motivate me to create more useful videos for you. And if you want to accelerate and level up your troubleshooting level, you can join me in my Patreon page, the link in the description, where you're gonna find many exclusive videos, content, schematics, and also where I can be your mentor and help you fix any motherboard issue you have.